Nothing. But if you look back there, even just at the wall, they will think that you're looking at them. Okay? Otherwise, we think, wow, what's he looking on the floor down there? What is down there that he is so interested in? That's not what you want to leave in. Yeah? Okay. All right. Who's in diction? Raise your hand. Who can tell me about T's in Italian? Okay, tell him what that means.
Yeah, they're closer towards a D and not so much a hard.
Okay, so if the word is Santa Lucia, how would you make that T?
Santa Lucia.
Yes, not exploded like we do in English. Not Santa. You have a lot of T's in here. They need to be more dental. Okay, Santa. Okay, almost like you're biting your tongue, but not really. Santa. Yeah, exactly. So don't explode them so much. Okay. All right. Let your hands be free. Have you heard that before? Okay. You kind of wanted to do this, and then you stopped yourself. Thank goodness. Okay. All right. So when you're singing, if you want to get two heavy objects, like two big textbooks, and hold them by the binders, that will give you a sense of weight on your arms. Okay. Roll your shoulders back just a little bit. Okay. So I'm not going to bite, I promise. I rarely bite, okay? Okay. So just roll your shoulders back, and we're going to start right at the beginning again. And you're going to look back there above their heads. Even though they're gorgeous people, you're going to look above their head, okay? And you're not going to look at the floor, all right? And how are you going to let Katherine know you're ready to go? No, you're not going to do that. No, she doesn't magically, and she's not a good mind reader. No. Okay. So yes. Okay. So when you get to your spot, if you have something to say, then say it, like announce your piece, and then put your head down. And then when you're ready, lift your head up, roll your shoulders back, and that's Katherine's cue to start. Okay. All right. I want you to prepare where that is. Okay, you're going to breathe in the space that you need, and you're going to come from that note from above. Not like it's the highest note you'll ever reach in your life on the top shelf of any bookshelf. Okay, like you're on a ladder just reaching over and getting that note. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's. How about a measure before where you take the breath? Okay. There. Okay. Okay, one more time. Breathe in the mood of the piece. Is it Venite? No. Venite. Yeah. Peaceful and calm. Yes. Okay. Let's do it one more time. time, and I'm going to stand behind you and put my hands on your shoulders, okay? I swear, I won't push you. Scoot up just a few. All right. Okay, now you're going to breathe deep, and you're going to stand still. You're going to roll your shoulders back, and you're going to look up there at one of those dots, okay? All right. Breathe in. Start at the same place, please. Okay, let's do it one more time. Don't let this move when you breathe. Think of breathing lower. Okay? Let's do it one more time. Okay? All right. Give me two things that you heard that were positive. Anybody? Yes?
Towards the beginning, when you were in that lower register, it kind of seemed like you were sheltered, but when you finally hit that part you've been just starting at, it seemed like you finally just let go of any inhibition and you just let it out. And there were a few points in between those where there was kind of like a little boom effect, and it sounded really cool. So if you could, I think that would be something you might want to stick with, just because it gives a nice little effect to it. But if you keep just opening up at that point where you start going to that higher register, I think it's going to work out for you.
Do you know what causes that bloom that he's talking about? I'm just curious.
Trying to actually.
Okay, we don't hit notes. We're not that violent. We approach notes, we sing notes, and we don't hit notes. My girls back there, the three of them were going, yes! Yeah, because I know that's a pet peeve of mine, because we don't hit things. What they ever do to you, they did nothing. Okay? Okay, so breath support. Okay, that allows things to be supported, and you just sing out. Okay? And that's what you're doing there. Do it all the time. Okay? All right, who else had a positive thing? Yes?
When she started holding your shoulders, I could really hear that you were opened up and you let it go, and your tone was a lot better, and you could hear you a lot better when she was holding your shoulders. So that may be something to work on a little.
Yeah, yeah. You have a little bit of this with your posture naturally, the shoulders. So practice rolling the shoulders back, which will lift the rib cage up, okay, and allow you to breathe deeper. Okay. Two things that you might work. Oh yes, yes. Mike.
Well, let's kind of do it. First of all, I like your diction. I can understand your words very clearly. Second, what was I say? I thought you had some nice moments where you're making a really nice rich tone, which was amazing because you're hardly moving any air. And once you start doing that, I think we'll be able to hear you. And when she puts down your shoulders, I mean you're almost twice as loud. You probably weren't really doing anything. And so you should just know that because I think once you start, and you're a big barrel-chested guy, you shouldn't have to go all the time. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
You should have plenty of air to get through those phrases.
Right, right.
And when you do,
oh, well, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Oh,
sorry.
Nice.
Okay, Scott. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, when she did put her hands on her shoulders and made you stand upright, it was almost so easy for you to hit that high note that you sang.
To do what? That high note?
To approach that high
note. Okay. All right. Thank you.
The first time you sang it, you were sharp because you were like, oh wow, that was way easier than it usually is. I think if you kept with that, it would really be great. And the second thing is, tension anywhere is a bad thing. And right now your hands are so tense. And they're doing weird things, and it's really distracting. And I think if you have to move something, move your toes.
That's why I tell my students to keep time with your toe. In your shoe, nobody's going to see that.
Nobody's going to see it, and it'll keep you thinking low as well with your breath and everything.
When you're practicing, something that you might do is a stress ball. Just get a stress ball and toss it back and forth. Because that kind of makes your brain think about something else other than what's going on physiologically here, okay? And gives your hands something to do. Now, don't carry that over into performances because we don't want to see you doing this during a performance, okay? Anybody else? Wait a minute. Yes, ma'am.
When you shape your vowels, make sure that you shape them and stay there. You're doing a lot of wah,
chewing,
wah, and it's making your vowels distorted.
Okay. All right. Who else? Yes.
You have really good resonance I hear a lot of times, we hear it all the time, like a lot of singers only have resonance in their mask in their face or in their chest. A lot of times we don't see both, and it's good if you have both, and you're using them already. And that's a really good thing. It's only going to get better once you start using your breath better.
Okay, Connor, did you have one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you already improved on it when you started looking up away from that spot on the ground. As performers, sometimes we have to do a little bit of acting, and we have to get into just the basic overall mood of the piece and the piggyback off what Skylar said. Tension in your hands just shows that you're not. And I saw it when you first performed it. It was like you're trying to keep count with the piano, and you're just prepping for it. Whereas like that can happen while you're in the mood of the piece if you've already like gone through all the translation of what it means. So and I think when you're in the mood of that piece, you can just let everything go. Your hands can just fall, and then everything else just comes naturally.
Kind of like what I was saying to Brittany, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like, make up your own backstory. If you can't connect to what's going on, then what's the mood of the piece? And what in your life puts you in that mood? We don't need to know, but you need to know, okay? And so then while you're singing that needs to be the mood in you so that it comes out here when you're singing. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, thanks.